Hello there. I bet you were expecting weekend game news. Well, this is a sort of placeholder than anything else. Because when this video goes up, I'm not in the country. I am on vacation. So I can't necessarily talk about the weekend game news, but this is pre-recorded on Wednesday, so I can talk about some news. Because quite a lot of news already seems to have happened. One of the bigger news stories was a huge DDoS attack that happened to uh, quite a lot of people. I'm not going to say who took responsibility for the attacks because it will give them airtime, and these dickbags don't really need it. People who DDoSing is, for those who don't know, it's just surging a server or a service with information or talk requests or something. It's just throwing lots and lots of stuff at it so it lags the whole thing out, basically. That is sort of essentially what a DDoS attack is. It's just constantly firing information towards a server or a computer, which fills up the RAM, fills up all the information it could hold, and just lags the whole thing out and breaks it. It is a crime, but it's a digital crime, so it's not necessarily high on the scale, because it does cost money to fix, and it does cost money to prevent against, but if you get a large enough amount of people, or a large enough group of computers, you can DDoS anything. DDoS isn't really something you can protect against, because it's an information surge rather than an actual hack. Yeah, so there's people who took responsibility for it. At first, it turned out it was the Sony's PlayStation Network for the PlayStation consoles that first got an attack, lagged out part of their service. A lot of people were, well, after the debacle that was the big hack that happened, everyone was slightly concerned that stuff was going on, and then eventually Sony came out and said, no, this is a DDoS attack. No personal information has even been checked. No personal information has been taken or stolen or anything. This is just a service outage. And then soon after that happened, the guys turned their eyes onto Microsoft's Xbox Live, and that had some service problems as well. They never used the word outage or it was down like Sony did. But they did say that there was some service problems, which is sort of the polite way of saying, yes, they got done by a DDoS. But before sort of the PC twatbags who do not really understand the idea of sort of irony and subtlety, before you start screaming out PC Master Race, they also attacked Riot's League of Legends, Twitch, and Battle.net. So Blizzard got done in, Riot with the League of Legends got done in, and individual streamers got done in. It was quite a substantial attack. It was quite a substantial DDoS, and it was quite interesting because these guys just seem like idiots and assholes more than anything else. But it's a DDoS attack. You can't really throw much at it. But then this is where stuff gets really, really weird and really, really stupid. The group eventually, after a while, they started attacking Sony's online entertainment (SOE). So PlanetSide 2 had some problems, but then they decided to throw out a bomb threat. I do not understand why they did that. Doing a DDoS attack, yeah, it's fine, it's a crime, but it's not necessarily high on the agenda. But then you throw out a bomb threat and say, no, right, now you're hunted by the FBI. You went from being wanted on a state level by wanting on a fucking federal level. Are you insane? You're just fucking stupid. It went from being a substantial DDoS attack to having the head of Sony Online Entertainment's plane being diverted to Phoenix because it's a bomb threat. The US security services and stuff take this stuff seriously, especially after the stuff that's happened with them. So, wow, it suddenly got jacked up a few notches and the FBI got involved. Not much seems to have happened since. To say that they're not the only place they're the only people who've had a DDoS attack. Mr. Phil Fish, some of you may know him. He's a rather vocal developer who did Fez, who very widely and very openly left the industry. He still has a company and some sort of and a few vested interests, but he left game development after a few comments from people, from journalists and things like that, and so he sort of walked away from the industry, going, "Sod this! I can't take this stuff." But then Polytron got DDoSed, and his Twitter, Phil Fish's Twitter, got hacked, and his personal information and passwords and banking information ended up going up on his Twitter. And his response to that was, his last tweet, just before he shut down the Twitter, was, "I would like to announce that Polytron and the Fez IP are now up for sale. No reasonable offer will be turned down. I am done. I want out." So this final DDoS and this final Twitter hack was the straw that broke the camel's back. Phil Fish is now leaving the industry entirely. He is completely leaving. He finished game development and very openly cancelled Fez 2, but now he's selling everything. He's selling his company, selling the IP, selling everything after, and frankly, I'm not surprised. He gets a lot of crap for how vocal he is, quite rightly as well, but being vocal about your opinion is something completely different to having your Twitter hacked and having your personal and banking information leaked online. It's been one of those weeks where you just look at some parts of sort of like hackers and computer people and all the sort of things like that, and you just look at them and go, "You are an absolute dickbag." Then there's one quite big bit of news that is just summed up in just the headline. Amazon buys Twitch for $1 billion, or $1 billion, or to be more precise, $970 million, and it seems to have cleared, because Amazon, and the reason why Google didn't do it is because they would have a monopoly. Google already has YouTube, which is on-demand video. If they had Twitch, there'll be video streaming as well. They'd have the number one sites in both, and that would be a monopoly, so they can't. And so there'll have to be financial conjiggerings and management conjiggerings to try and get around it. So apparently Google and Twitch could never work out how to do it, and so Amazon stepped in and said, "Right, fine, we'll buy it for $1 billion." And they did. The acquisition goes through in the second half of 2014, so by the end of summer. Not really much to say, really. Amazon buys Twitch. That's it. Amazon has already come forward saying, "Yeah, we don't really want to change how the service works. We just want to buy it, and that's it." I think the only difference is that the copyright stuff that was going to go through, that's going to go through anyway. You want to protect your interests, so legally this is their way of covering their asses. And hopefully there's going to be little buy now icons on the things, and referral kickbacks and things like that, which would actually be quite interesting if that happens. Not necessarily expecting that. It would be very interesting if that sort of stuff happens. Google did it with YouTube, with the music and stuff, the little thing by the description saying "buy now." Essentially the same thing, just with Amazon. Amazon's already got Amazon Prime and the store and digital store and all the sort of stuff, so they've already got that sort of market backlog to sort of just stick an extra button in there. Yeah, that's it, really, for that story. And that's pretty much all of the stories there are. I'm going to be gone next week as well, so you're going to get a video, but it's going to be slightly different. Because I'm not going to be around for that entire week. I'm going to be back at the arse end of the week, so there's not going to be much time for me to make a video. So, I hope nothing major has happened in the 3 other days. In the 3 days that this video was not on by. Hope you subscribe and hope you see all the other videos. I've got a web game review video going up. I may be on holiday, but I have made a backlog. Yeah. See you next week.